Hi, I'm Lisa Coleman, Director of Healthy Living for Giant Food. As your local grocery store, we are committed to improving the health and well-being of our communities. We know that healthy looks different for everyone, and health is so much more than nutrition. That's why we've invested in a team of experts to support you in-store and out. First, our education and outreach team offers guidance when you want it and how you want it, with classes, nutrition store tours, community events with pharmacy, workplace wellness programs, and our podcast, Healthy Living by Giant. Next, our nutrition guidance program makes it easy for you to find healthier options throughout the store. It even pays to shop healthy at Giant, where you can earn more flexible rewards by looking for products rated 1, 2, and 3 guiding stars. Finally, we're working with forward-thinking community partners, nonprofits, local employers, health insurers, who are also focused on community health to offer produce prescriptions and other nutrition incentive programs. Giant Food and the Healthy Living team are on your corner and in your corner on your journey to a healthier lifestyle.
Welcome to week 4 of our Healthier Together program. I'm Tu Win, a registered dietitian nutritionist on the Healthy Living team. And as a busy mama of 2 little boys, I know the importance of health, but made easy. This 5-week series will cover the most common resolutions with the goal of inspiring you to find easy ways to turn your New Year's aspirations into reality. We know that healthy looks different for everyone. Some of us are ready to make major overhauls. Some of us want some easy wins that move us in the right direction. And some of us are somewhere in between. So each class in this series will offer suggestions that range from simple to a little bit more involved. So you can grab the nugget that resonates to get started today for an easy win and identify ways you can take a deeper dive if and when you're ready. We'll also have a handout with resources so you can keep moving forward. Our program is about 20 minutes, so let's go ahead and get started. This week's session tackles ways to use food to improve our health, which falls under the Eat Healthier, Be Healthier resolution list. Over the last 3 weeks, we've been covering all the top resolutions. In session 1, Kristen reviewed getting healthier, saving money, getting organized, and how to initiate an exercise program. In session 2, Elena reviewed ways to be more mindful, improve our self-care, and how to make more meaningful connections. In session 3, Melanie worked on supporting our movement and exercise goals with healthier habits. This week, I'll focus on ways to optimize your eating using food as preventative medicine to improve physical health and even emotional health. Those prior sessions are relevant to today's focus, so I do recommend you watch those first few sessions, which are available on giantfood.com/healthiertogether. As dietitian nutritionists, we believe food is so important. It helps us celebrate our culture and family traditions. It nourishes us physically and emotionally. And of course, it has a tremendous impact on our health and well-being. When we talk about food as preventative and healing medicine, we are looking at the bioactive compounds of foods and their relationship with disease, either to prevent or heal. We know that food absolutely impacts our long-term health, but there is a lot of debate and expectations of the food as medicine movement. The truth is, there is no one food or supplement that will change the course of your health, for good or bad. Food as preventative medicine is about understanding how food impacts our health so that we can make informed decisions every time we shop and eat. So let's get started. Everything we eat impacts our body by providing energy and nutrients. While there are no superfoods, there are foods that are more nutrient dense than others. Let's walk through them using MyPlate. If you aren't familiar with MyPlate, it was introduced in 2011 and replaced the food pyramid. It shows us how to build our plate for optimal health. Before we explore what variety should look like on our plate, I want to answer a question that customers ask all the time. What about a multivitamin? A daily multivitamin can't hurt, but we do want to choose food first whenever we can. And that's because foods contain additional nutrients like fiber, which makes food a far more effective medicine than supplements. Let's start with produce. There is a reason your plate should follow the My Plate model, and that's because when it comes to nutrient density, you can't beat produce. We want to eat a rainbow of produce because each color provides unique nutrients, antioxidants, and phytochemicals. Antioxidants help neutralize those free radicals, which can harm your cells and promote disease. Our recommendation is to make half your plate produce in any form. That includes fresh, frozen, or canned. Next, grains and starches. Grains and starches are most nutrient dense when we opt for whole grains because they have more fiber, which promotes better heart and gut health. Most grains are enriched or already full of vitamins and minerals, but you can look for the whole grain label or check out the ingredient list for the word whole. We want it to be the first ingredient. We also don't want to forget about other high fiber starches like beans and legumes, which also count as plant-based protein. So that's a super nutrient dense choice. Our recommendation is to keep grains and starches to that quarter plate. This provides optimal energy without increasing our glucose levels. And then finally, protein. Variety here means more vitamin B12, omega-3s, iron, and even probiotics. Seafood is a great protein source as it provides heart and brain-loving omega-3s. Opt for lean cuts of other animal-based proteins and those low-fat dairy options. Eggs are a great cost-efficient source of protein. I know the science here feels confusing, but do know that eggs don't contribute to high cholesterol. Research shows that animal-based proteins are also rich in the nutrient choline, which may fend off cognitive decline in old age. But it is important that we also include those plant-based proteins in the rotation. My plate shows a quarter of the plate should be protein, but the actual amount will vary by body weight. Our recommendation is to keep it simple. Aim for about 20 grams per meal and 10 grams per snack. The takeaway is the more variety on your plate, the more variety of nutrients you'll provide your body. Now, before we move on, I want to introduce you to an easy way to find the most nutrient-dense foods, and that is using our nutrition guidance program called Guiding Stars, which reads the labels and evaluates recipes so you don't have to. Guiding Stars are found on the price tag, on product descriptions when you shop online, and recipes in our Savory magazine. Products and recipes receive 1, 2, or 3 stars based on credits for the things that we want. So fiber, vitamins, and minerals, but also debits for the things like saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. The more stars, the healthier the item. The program is also available as an app that you can use to scan products if you don't see a tag. You can find Guiding Stars products in every category of the grocery store to find the most nutrient-dense options. Okay, now that we can identify nutrient-dense foods in the store, let's talk specifics. Those 5 big players in health: fiber, probiotics, sodium, fat, and sugar. If there was a super nutrient, it would be fiber. It is one of the most powerful nutrients in the fight against disease. First, fiber is a type of carbohydrate that the body can't digest. We eat 2 types of fiber: soluble, which dissolves in water, and insoluble, which doesn't. If we eat a variety of foods, we will easily get both forms of fiber in our diet. We call fiber a triple threat because it helps in 3 major health areas. First, those numbers that your doctor uses to evaluate your health status. Soluble fiber can help lower glucose levels, blood cholesterol, and aid in reducing C-reactive protein, or CRP, a sign of inflammation found in the blood, all which impact heart health. Next, your gut health. 70% of our immune system is in our gut and helps to fight illness and disease. Soluble fiber is the food your gut bacteria needs to be happy and healthy. You may know this as prebiotics. And insoluble fiber supports gut health by helping food move through your digestive system more easily. And then finally, satiety. That soluble fiber takes longer to digest, which means it will increase your feeling of fullness, which can impact long-term weight gain. Of course, to get this benefit and all of the other benefits of this powerful nutrient, we have to make sure we're getting enough. Most Americans get less than 15 grams a day. So when you are checking those nutrition facts panel, look for 5 grams per serving or a percent daily value of over 20%. Now let's check out a few of our favorite sources of fiber. Fiber is found in all fruits and vegetables. Those highest in fiber per serving include passion fruit, avocados, guava, berries, and pomegranate arils. For veggies, we have lima beans, acorn and butternut squash, as well as green peas, collard greens, broccoli, carrots, and artichokes. Special shout out to bananas, onions, garlic, and asparagus, which have the added benefit of a nutrient called inulin, which are a favorite prebiotic for our gut bacteria. And remember to look for fiber in those center aisles. Again, checking the label for whole as the first word in the ingredient list, or that it provides at least 5 grams of fiber per serving. Now, let's move on to the next big player in health. Probiotics. Probiotics are the live bacteria found in our microbiome. Collectively, they help us digest our food, regulate our immune system, produce key vitamins, protect us against disease-causing bacteria, and generate our feel-good hormone serotonin. These are busy guys. Each of our microbiomes are unique and contain trillions of microorganisms. To keep it healthy, we need to be sure we are first eating enough prebiotic fiber. We can also introduce new probiotics from food and occasionally supplements. So let's explore some easy ways to get more probiotics into your diet. Probiotics are showing up everywhere in the grocery store, and they are easy to find since the word probiotic is often displayed on the front of the package. A shelf-stable breakfast or boxed tea is an easy way to keep probiotics at ready. But what about miso soup? Miso is jam-packed with probiotics, averaging about 160 different bacteria strains. Over on the refrigerated side, you'll find fermented plant-based and traditional dairy items. You've probably heard of kombucha, which is made from fermented tea and is full of probiotics. Now let's talk dairy. All yogurts and many plant-based versions as well contain probiotics. Other options include kefir, which is a fermented milk drink and tastes like yogurt, savory probiotic cheese like these Baby Bells, and even a high-protein cottage cheese like Good Culture. Over in the produce section, look for kimchi, a Korean staple. King's version is spicy, which makes it a great condiment or topper for eggs, tacos, and rice or grain bowls. Wild brine sauerkraut comes in a variety of flavors. This is great on charcuterie boards. And last but not least, tempeh. If you've seen it but aren't quite sure what it is or what to do with it, let me give you some of the deets. This is a soy-based, high-protein food made by fermenting cooked soybeans. It has a strong, nutty flavor and is great in chilies, stews, and tacos since it takes on the flavors of any food or sauce. Now, these are just a few of our top picks. There are hundreds more in store. So look for the word probiotic on the front or live and active cultures on the back, or take a store tour to learn more. Now let's talk about fat, because believe it or not, we do need fat in our diet. Fat makes food taste great and it helps us feel full and satisfied, but the type matters. Saturated and trans fats have a negative impact on our LDL and triglycerides and increases our risk for heart disease. It's easy to identify them because they're solid at room temperature and melt when heated. They include butter, coconut oil, shortening. We want to limit these fats when we can. Mono and polyunsaturated fats are considered beneficial fats because they can improve blood cholesterol levels, ease inflammation, stabilize heart rhythms, and play a number of other beneficial roles. They're liquid at room temperature and they're found in vegetable oils, nuts, seeds, and fish. Omega-3 fats are an important type of polyunsaturated fat. The body can't make these, so they must come from foods like fish, flaxseed, walnuts, and canola or soybean oil. It's also important to note that the nutrition facts shows total fat first, and this is all the fats, good and bad. Under the total are those undesirable saturated and trans fats. Our goal for these is a less than 5% daily value. For healthy fats, here are our top picks. Plant-based fats, including plant-based oils like olive oil, canola, and sunflower, avocados and avocado oil, nuts like walnuts, and seeds like flax. But be sure to choose meal or ground flax to get the benefits of this plant-based omega-3 fat. Seafood-based fats include fatty fish like salmon, which has the most omega-3s, herring and sardines, like these tin fish options, which are shelf-stable. This is a great way to try something new and get out of your comfort zone. And like produce, we say fresh, frozen, and canned, all forms of seafood count. Best of all, at Giant, they are also sustainable. And fun fact, fish actually don't produce omega-3 fatty acids on their own. Instead, they accumulate them by eating algae and small microscopic organisms called plankton. Another big player in health, sodium. Sodium makes everything taste more, so it's not surprising that it's our top go-to when seasoning our food. You hear salt and sodium used interchangeably, but sodium is the mineral that makes up 40% of salt. But whether your salt is kosher, iodized, or pink Himalayan, salt is salt. They all impact our health the same. They just might taste or look a little different. So, what does salt do to our bodies to impede health? Well, for starters, it can raise your blood pressure. Too much salt keeps the amount of fluid circulating in the body higher than it should be and makes the heart work harder to move that fluid around. So for those with high blood pressure, that can have a significant impact. Salt intake can also exacerbate those inflammatory conditions like arthritis and impact those healthy bacteria in our gut. To cut back on sodium, we have to know where to find it. Since about 70% of sodium consumed is from highly processed foods and from eating in restaurants, one of the best things we can do is to purchase more low sodium or naturally low in sodium items and eat more at home. When you are shopping for ingredients and prepared foods, you can look for guiding stars to be sure that an item is a low source of sodium. Or you can check the sodium content on the Nutrition Facts panel. That percent daily value is a good guide. Sodium that is less than 5% daily value is considered low, and sodium over 20% is considered high. The recommended intake is no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium each day as part of a healthy eating pattern. That's about half a teaspoon. The American Heart Association recommends 1,500 milligrams per day. That's about a third of a teaspoon to lower risk for cardiac disease. During store tours, we discuss various salt substitutions and dig deep into things like potassium chloride and MSG. But today we're focusing on food as medicine, so let's talk food swaps. Spice, acid, and heat are three great ways to enhance flavor with little or no sodium. So here's what I recommend. First, just look for low sodium versions of your favorite seasonings or sodium-free spices. McCormick also has a whole hint of salt line with great flavors. Or try something new, like a Chinese 5-spice blend, Middle Eastern za'atar, or an Indian garam masala, which are all jam-packed with very flavorful herbs and spices. Spices not only enhance the flavor, aroma, and color of food and beverages, but they can also protect from acute and chronic diseases. Studies show that people who use herbs and spices reduced salt consumption by an average of almost 1,000 milligrams per day. Next, brighten the flavor of meals with acid. Found in vinegar and citrus, it can bring out flavors just as effectively as salt. There are dozens of varieties from balsamic to rice vinegar, and even options with herbs built right in. And finally, heat, the best substitution for sodium. Heat intensifies and enhances flavor, so try fresh or dried peppers and sauces, which many also contain vinegar. And our last topic for the day, sugar. Although sugar provides us with much needed energy, we can all benefit from reducing our intake of added sugars. A question I get a lot is, are there healthier sugars? Should we swap honey for white sugar, agave for brown sugar? The answer to that is no. Sugar is sugar. Our body reacts to all nutritive sugars, or those with calories, the same way. Sugar is a simple carbohydrate, and when it comes to an energy source, it's the body and brain's #1 fuel choice. But let's take a minute and talk about how it impacts our health. Overconsumption of simple carbohydrates like sugar can raise your blood glucose levels, triglycerides, and increase chronic inflammation. Observational studies have linked excess added sugar consumption to the development of several chronic diseases, including diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and cancer. So let's move on and explore how we can reduce added sugars and what opportunities we can consider. Taking a look at the nutrition facts panel, let's talk total sugars versus added sugars. So that part highlighted there in purple. Total sugars include sugars naturally present in many nutritious foods and beverages, such as sugar in milk and fruits, as well as any added sugars. Added sugars include sugars that are added during the processing of foods packaged as sweeteners such as table sugar, syrups, honey, and concentrated fruit or vegetable juices. They do not include naturally occurring sugars that are found in milk, fruits, and vegetables. Based on a 2,000 calorie daily diet, which may be more or less than your particular needs, we should limit added sugar to 50 grams or less per day. For most Americans, the main sources of added sugars are sugar-sweetened beverages, baked goods, desserts, and sweets. Now, I know a lot of our customers have been cutting back by swapping for low or no sugar sweeteners. Like all things in nutrition, this is a personal choice that you should discuss with a dietitian like me to determine if it's the best option for your goal. But since today is all about the food, let's talk food swaps. The first thing we can do is to just cut back and use less of our favorite sweeteners. You can also compare food labels and choose products with the lowest amounts of added sugars, and look for low or no sugar added options like this Ragu Simply tomato sauce. Choose canned fruits in their natural juices instead of those heavy syrups, and opt for dried fruit versus candy when you want something sweet but still get in your fiber and antioxidants. Spices like pumpkin spice, allspice, cardamom, cinnamon, saffron, and coriander, they all have a hint of sweetness and are great to sweeten teas, coffee, and baked goods. And extracts like almond, vanilla, orange, or lemon are also great ways to boost the flavor in baked goods. I promised you some strategies in the beginning, so here's your action plan to make food your preventative medicine. First, your easy win is just to start looking for guiding stars to find more nutrient-dense foods in store and online. Make some swap-portunities when you can, meaning comparing on the shelves an item and choose the one with the stars. Your next step is to set an easy challenge for yourself, like identifying one nutrient to focus on and track if you're meeting the recommendations. I'd start with fiber. And to really dig deep, strive to model My Plate for most meals, even when eating out or on the go. I hope you've been inspired today to look at those goals for the new year as being not just attainable, but easy to maintain. Our team is here to support you in that journey, and we invite you to connect with us. We offer a wide variety of free services which you can access at giantfood.com/healthyliving. You can also join us online. Our Healthy Living by Giant TikTok and Facebook group offers day-to-day inspiration and fun. You'll see a lot of me and my teammate Angela. And our podcast is easy to take with you when you're on the go. Mandy and Emily host each episode and have 25-minute conversations with experts in all areas of healthy living. We've taken the philosophy that health is for everyone. It's the little things that we do every day that add up. We're a supportive and non-judgmental group. We want to meet you wherever you are on your journey. A new year is a great way to reflect on what is most important and make plans for the future, which is why we tend to look at the start of the year as the ultimate reset for our goals. But the truth is, healthy living and healthy habits don't need a start date. It can start anytime because we need to think of them as a way of life. So I invite you to participate in all 5 weeks of our program so that we can all be healthier together in 2023. You can watch our recorded content when it works best for you, and then download the accompanying worksheet, which supports the video topics and includes meal plan suggestions and product swap opportunities. If you'd like to join our Healthier Together email list, you can send an email to healthyliving@giantfood.com. Here's to a happy and healthier 2023.